morning, students. Today we are starting with the word problems of square and square roots, and before that we will be doing example number 4, which is also a word problem. First I'll explain you the example and then we'll move on to the word problems of exercise. So example number 4 of your exercise is: the students of class 8 of a school donated rupees 2,401 in all for Prime Minister's Relief Fund. So total money contributed. Now students of class 8 have contributed rupees 2,304 to PM's fund. Total money contributed to PM's fund, Prime Minister's fund, is rupees 2,304. Each student donated as many rupees as the number of students in the class. Is it clear? What does this mean? That whatever number of students are there in the whole class 8, like if there are 100 students in a class 8, then each student has donated rupees 100. So you don't know how many students are there in a class. So let the number of students be x. Let the number of students be x. Now what is given? That each student donated as many rupees as the number of students. That means if there are x students, then each student, donation of each student is x only. Donation of each student will also be x. Right? So I have given you the example. If there are 80 students, that means each student has donated 80 rupees. If there are 90 students, each student has donated 90 rupees. That is the condition which is there in the question. Now, if there are 100 students and every student is donating 100 rupees, then that means 10,000 rupees will be the total for PM's Relief Fund. Now in this case, what we have done in that question, that we have just multiplied 100 into 100 and we have found the total money as 10,000 rupees. Here we don't know the money, it is x. So according to question, what does this mean? That number of students multiply the money donated. Both when you multiply, you get the total 2,304. Is it clear? Again I am repeating, whatever number of students are there, like if there are 100 students and each is donating 100 rupees, then total, for finding the total money, what we do? We multiply. In this case, number of students are x, money distributed, donated is also x per student. So x into x is 2,304. Now what is x into x? X square is equal to 2,304. Now as square is there, so to remove this square, what do we have to do? To remove this square, it will go in the next side and become square root. So we have to find the square root of 2,304. Is it clear? Again, I am repeating, x into x is x square is equal to 2,304. To remove this square, we have to shift this to the other side and it will become square root. So now we will find the square root of 2,304. You can find it by prime factorization. So we'll just find it. 2,304. It will be divide by 2. 2 ones are 2. 2 ones are 2. 1 is left. 10. So 2 5s are 10. 2 2s are 4. Again by 2. 2 5s are 10. 1 is left. It becomes 15. 2 7s are 14. 1 is left. 12. 2 6s are 12. Again by 2. 2 2s are 4. 17. 2 8s are 16. 2 8s are 16. Again by 2. 144. And keep on dividing it. Next is 2 7s are 14. 2 2s are 4. Now 2 3s are 6. 12 is left. 2 6 are 12. Again by 2. 2 1s are 2. 1 is left. 16. 2 8s are 16. Then 18 will further be divided. 2 9s are. Then it will be divided by 3. 3 3s are and 3 1s are. So you will write as it as 2,304 is equal to, make the pairs. Then this 2 will also have a pair, 3. So you will write as 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and then 3 into 3. So 1 2 3 4 pairs of 2 and 1 pair of 3. So it will be 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 3, which is 48. 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16, 16 3s are 48. So how will you write the answer? Answer will be, it is there in the question, find the number of students. So number of students will be, you can write the answer, number of students in a class is equal to 48. That means 48 students were there and each of the student has donated rupees 48. Then the total amount comes out to be 2304. So this is your answer for example number 4. Just note it down. And next is question number 6 of exercise 3.3. So question number 6 I am telling now. Question number 6. 4,225 plants are to be planted in a garden. So total plants to be planted in a garden, total plants to be planted are given. It is equal to 4,225. Now these plants are to be planted in such a way that each row contains as many plants as the number of rows. Is it clear? Now if there are, these are rows in a garden. इनको बोलते हैं rows. It is given in the question that if there are 5 rows, then there will be 5 plants. If there are 6 rows, there will be 6 plants. If there are 7 rows, there will be 7 plants. So number of rows and number of plants in one row, both are same given in the question. So we don't know anything. So we will let the number of rows be x. Number of rows will be x. And so number of plants in each row, these will also be x. Number of plants in each row, it is also x. Now, number of plants in each row, you know, x. Number of rows also x. So in one row if it is x, in x rows how will it be? It will be x into x. So according to question, what we will write? X into x is equal to 4225. X into x is x square, which is equal to 4225. Now for removing the square, I told you in the previous question also, we will shift it here and it will become square root, and from here square will be removed. Now you have to find the square root of 4225. So we will find the square root. (4,225). Divide by 5. 5 8s are 40. 2 is left, 22. 5 4s are 20. Again 2 25. 5 5s are 25. Divide by 5. 5 1s are 5. Now 3 is left, 34. 5 6 are 30. 4 is left, 45. 5 9s are 45. Now 169, I had given you the table. It will be divisible only by 13. 13 13s are 169 and 13 ones are 13. So for finding the square root of 425, you will write 5 into 5 into 13 into 13. Now pairs are there, so we will write 5 into 13, which is equal to 65. That means number of plants are 65 in each row and number of rows are also same, 65. So number of rows equal to number of plants in each row, both will be equal to 65. So this is your answer. So this is your answer. Right? This was question number 6. Next we'll move on to question number 7. The question number 7 is, the area of a rectangle is 1936 square centimeter. The area of rectangle is equal to 1936 centimeter square. If the length of the rectangle is 4 times its breadth, now for breadth we don't know anything, so let the breadth be x. And about length we know that it is 4 times its breadth. 4 times means 4 into x, so 4x. Now we know breadth, length and area. So according to question, we'll write area is equal to L into B. Now area is 1936, just put the values. Length is 4x, breadth is x. So I just put the values whatever are given. and now we'll solve. 1936, 4 is multiplying here, so it will be divided on the next side, and x into x is x square. Do the cuttings. 4 4s are 16, 3 is left, 33, 4 8s are 32, 1 is left, 4 4s are 16. So 484. That means x square is 484. Now I gave you the list in which 484 was the square of 22. So we can write it straight away as x square equal to, or simply just write root 484, and 484's root is 22. Or you can find it by prime factorization also, that is your choice, right? So till 930 I have told you just learn the squares. So just by this you can write that x equal to 22. You can show the solution also. Only in word problems you can write, but if it is simply find the square root by prime factorization, then you have to find the prime factorization. Here if you don't know, you have not learned, then by prime factorization you just find the square root, you will be getting the answer 22. So that means your breadth is 22, breadth is 22 centimeter, and about length it was 4 times. So length will be equal to 4 into 22, which is 88 centimeter. So this is your answer for question number 7. Now move on to question number 8. Question number 8 is, in a school, a PT teacher wants to arrange 2000 students in the form of rows and columns. Now these are rows and these are columns, right? Rows and columns. Now PT teacher is there in the school and he has to arrange the students in such a way that number of rows should be equal to the number of rows, columns. So if number of rows are 4, he has to put number of columns also 4. So just a proper grid is to be formed by a PT teacher. And how many students he has to arrange? He has to arrange 2000 students. He has to arrange 2000 students in a ground. Now what happens? When he started arranging, 64 students left. 64 students were left who could not be arranged in this grid, in this form where rows and columns are same. So you have to find how many students were arranged so that the number of rows and number of columns are same. Or in other words, you can say that you have to find the number of rows. Is the question clear? Again I am repeating. A PT teacher is there in the school. He had to arrange the number of students in such a manner that number of rows and number of columns should be same. Right? Now, when he arranged, he found that 64 students were left over who could not be arranged in such a pattern. Now you have to tell how many students were arranged in such a pattern so that number of rows and number of columns are same. That means how many rows were there? You have to find that. So total students are given 2,000. Total students are 2,000. Let number of rows be x, because we don't know how many rows he made. Number of columns will also be x, because it is given that both rows and columns should be same. Now students left for arrangement, like students who could not be arranged, those are 64. That means how many could be arranged? Students who were arranged in a seating arrangement, they were, what we'll do, we'll just find by subtracting 2000 minus 64, and it is 1936. So number of students who were arranged are 1936. Now according to question, what does this mean? According to question, these are the students who are arranged in a way such that x into x is 1936. So number of rows and number of columns were same. So when we multiply, we will get 1936 who are arranged in such a pattern. So x into x is x square. For finding s, we'll remove the square and it will become square root on the next side. Now find the square root of 1936. So 1936, when we find the square root, it will be 2 8s, 2 9s, 13, 2 6s, 16, 2 8s, then 2 4s, 2 8s, 2 4s, then 2 4 2, then 2 121, and 121 is the square of 11, so it will go only by 11. Right? Now we have got the pairs. So root 1936, I am writing here, root 1936 will be equal to root 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 11 into 11. Make the pairs. It is equal to 2 into 2 into 11. 2 2s are 4, 11 4s are 44. So answer, number of rows are 44 and number of columns will also be 44. Right? So this is your answer for question number 8. Right? Let's proceed to question number 9 now. Question number 9. In a school, the students of class 8 collected rupees 2,304 for a picnic. Now the students had to go for a picnic and the students were of class 8. Each student contributed as many rupees as the number of students in the class. So it is almost same as example number 4. Find the number of students in the class. Now if there are 100 students in a class, they have contributed rupees 100 to go to a picnic and you have to find the number of students. Now in this case, we don't know the number of students, so we'll take the number of students as x. So money contributed by each student will also be x, and the same way we'll do as we have done example number 4. So this will be your homework, question number 9. Question number 9 you will do as a homework. Right? Moving on to question number 10. The product of two numbers is 7,260. Now product of two numbers is given. Product of two numbers is 7,260. Right? If one number is 15 times the other number, so let the other number be x. Because for other number we don't know anything. Let the other number be x. About one number we know that it is 15 times the other number. So it is 15 into x. Right? What do you mean by product? Product means the multiplication. After multiplication, whatever answer you get, that is called the product. So according to question, when you multiply these two numbers, you get this answer. So 15x into x is equal to 7260. Now x into x is equal to 7260. 15 was multiplying here, so you will take it down in the denominator. It will be divided. Now 15 4s are 60. 126 is left. 15 8s are 120. 60. 15 4s are 60. Now x square is equal to 484. Again, you know 484 is the square of 22. So we can write as x equal to root 484. X will be equal to 22. So your one number is 22, or your other number is 22, and your one number is 15 into 22. Solve it. 10, 11, 330. Right? 15 into 22 is 330. So this is your answer for question number 10. Right? Go on to question number 11. Now for question number 11, find three positive numbers in the ratio 2:3:5. Now whenever some ratio is given, I told you earlier also, you take a common ratio with it, that is, we'll take x. So let the numbers be 2x, 3x and 5x. Whenever it is in the ratio, we take x along with them. So the numbers are 2x, 3x and 5x. Now it is given that the sum of their squares is 950. So according to question, you have to take their squares, 2x whole square, 3x whole square and 5x whole square, and then you have to take their sum. That means you have to add all. Sum of their squares means you will add the squares of these three numbers and you get the answer 950. Is the question clear? First, it is given in the ratio, so we have taken x along with them. Numbers become 2x, 3x and 5x. Now it is given that you have to take the sum of their squares. So we have first taken their squares, 2x whole square, 3x whole square, 5x whole square. Now don't just take square along with x only, because we have to take the square of the whole number, and the whole number is 2x. Here the number is 3x. Here the number is 5x. That is why I have put bracket, so that it becomes clear that 2 is with both. So when you take the square of it, it is 2 square is 4, x square is x square. 3 square is 9, x square is x square. Now we'll open the bracket. Now 5 square is 25 and x square is equal to 950. Right? Now as all x square are there, so we'll just add the numbers. 9 plus 4, 13. 13 plus 25, 38. And it will be 38x square is equal to 950. Again take 38 to this side and do the cuttings. 2 19s are 475. Now as 19 is a prime number, so it will cut only by 19 only. So we'll cut 19 to the 38, and here 9 is left, 95, 19 5s are 95. Right? So x square is 25. X square is 25. That means x will be equal to root 25, x is equal to 5. Now we have got x as 5. So our numbers will be, you have to find the numbers. So your numbers are 2 into 5, because we have taken 2x. So 2 into 5, 10. 3 into 5, 15. And 5 into 5, 25. So we have just put the value of x in these three numbers, and we have got the three numbers as 10, 15 and 25. Let's have the last question of the exercise now. Question number 12. Last question. The perimeters of two squares are 60 and 144. The perimeter of one square is given 60 meters. What is the formula for perimeter? Perimeter of a square is 4 into side. It will be 60. So from here side is, you will take 4 to the denominator, side is 15 meters. Right? Side 1 is 15 meters, side for the first square. Next perimeter of second square is given. Perimeter of second square, it is given 144. Right? Similarly we'll do, and we'll find the side of the second square also, because both the squares are not same. So first we should know what is the side of both the squares. So side 2 or side of the square 2 is 144 by 4, 36. Right? Now as two perimeters were given, perimeters of two squares, so we have found the side of both the squares. Now it is given in the question, find the perimeter of another square equal in area to the sum of first two squares. Read the question carefully and accordingly we will frame the equation. Perimeter, you have to find the perimeter of another square. So according to question, according to question, what is there? We know that side of square 1 is 15 meters. Side of square 2 is 36 meters. Now it is given in the question, find the perimeter of another square equal in area of the sum of the two squares. So first we'll find the area of these two squares. Area of square 1 will be side into side, 15 into 15, which is 225 meters square. Area of square 2 will be side into side, 36 into 36, which is 1296 meters square. When you multiply this, you will get the answer 1296. Now, first we will find the area of both the squares. So, area of sum of two squares is 225 plus 1296, which is equal to 1521. 1521, right? So this is the area of sum of two squares. Now it is given that perimeter of the bigger square is equal to the sum of these two squares. Now for perimeter, what do you require? You require side. So first we'll find the side of big square, which is the sum of these two. It will be, you know that area of square, big square, is 1521, and side, for finding the side of big square, what will we have? Side into side is equal to area, side square equal to area, so side will be equal to square root of area. So we have to find the square root of 1521 to find the area, side. So we'll find the square root of 1521 now. 1521, it will be divided by 3. 3 5s are 15, 3 0s are 0, 3 7s are 21. Again by 3, 3 1s are 3, 20 is left, 3 6 are 18, 27, 3 9s are. 169 is the square of 13, so 13, 13. That means you can find side is equal to 3 into 3 into 13 into 13. So side is equal to 3 into 13, which is 39. 3 into 13, 39 meters. Now side of bigger square we have found, it is 39. Side of big square. So we'll just write side of big square is 39 meters. And we have to find the perimeter of this big square. So perimeter of big square will be 4 into side. So 4 into 39, which is equal to 156 meters. So this is your question number 12. Now all the questions I have done, you have to do just question number 9 yourself as homework. So complete this exercise 3.3. Tomorrow we will be starting with 3.4. Thank you.